So to continue on our breakdown basic series, we are going to now look at all of the warriors. So these are all of those power moves that are cued in a class. And just going to tweak your alignment here and just make sure it's correct. So first one is rising up into warrior one. So if this is the front of my mat here, I want to make sure that my feet are hips distance apart. So that means then that they're separated and we're going to press through that back heel, right? That's a nice, strong, straight back leg. Most common mistake I find as an instructor is that people start to bend that back knee. So that one is lifted, right? And straight and strong. It's your support. This front one, then we find this distance here on our mat, take up a lot of mat space. And then we just start to sink into that front knee, lifting the arms overhead, and melt the shoulders down the back. So now the pinkies can begin to rotate in toward one another. And the hips are square toward the front of the mat. And then maybe we can deepen into this pose, heel toeing that front foot away a touch. And notice I'm still pressing through the outer edge of that back foot. So with my feet alignment, it's here. The toes are facing the front of the mat. And my back toes are facing the front right corner of that mat. I'm facing this way here. So we just melt those shoulders down, rotate your pinkies in toward one another, and then maybe we start to sink into that front knee to deepen and reaching back behind us. We feel that nice expanse through the chest. Good. Transitioning here to warrior two. So first, maybe you just want to take a look at this video and then we can do it together again. So heel toe that foot across a little bit. So now the heel, that front heel, is aligning with the instep of the back foot. That heel to arch alignment that is often cued in class. So this way then, the hips begin to rotate toward the long edge of the mat. And we can sink here. Even distribution of weight. Hard to know what we look like in space, even myself right now. There's no mirrors around. So then we find that we can kind of rotate the shoulders back a little bit, relax them down the back away from the ears, and pressing evenly through both feet and both fingertips, nice extended, engaged arms and fingers. And then our gaze comes over the front hand, those fingertips. So to deepen here, we start to sink into that front knee maybe a little bit. That thigh might try to come parallel with the earth. And notice my back foot. I'm still pressing through the outer edge of that foot as the toes start to continue to face toward that right front corner of the mat. Good. And now here, let's reverse the warrior. The front palm flips toward the sky. I like to reach out in front of me. That way I'm really creating space and length when I inhale and rise up into that nice little back bend. So this hand, you can do anything with it, right? A lot of variations in your reverse warrior. You can slide it down the back thigh. Maybe I find a little bit of a half spine. It can wrap around my low back. And now it helps me to kind of support my low back. Pull the belly in as you rotate toward the front of the mat. And then we can reach back behind us. Nice extension here. Gazing up. And maybe deepen into your front knee. Breathing. Good. Nice. And then last but not least, crescent warrior. So we again take the stance of warrior one with our feet separated, right? So now the hips again square toward the front of the mat, taking up a lot of mat space, just like this, except for rotating onto the ball of the back foot. So we're balancing here. Same thing as warrior one. Relaxing. We're just balancing on the ball of the foot. And from here, then, it's easier to find rotation this way, right? a lot of things we can do to help us deepen if we're binding in any kind of pose where we're rotating. Okay, so those are your warrior poses broken down. Maybe you just follow that whole sequence on your own at home and practice to improve your alignment in your classes. Aloha and mahalo.